Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Honorable Uvo with Real Relationships Television. Today we have a wonderful couple and doing some amazing work in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. They are of the AANU Foundation. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Hello, everyone. That's the shorter version. And my wife, Adetoro Oshuntoki. We run an NGO in Lagos, basically a Christian charity that focuses on geriatrics. We look after the senior citizens 65 years old and above. So many things we do. We have a place called the Gathering Place. It's a center for them to come to 3 times a week, Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, where the fellowship have mental stimulation and where we feed them. We help them with medical assistance as well and do various things like aerobics and just tuition. The only reason we're doing this is because we're Christians and God has asked us to specifically go back to Nigeria and begin to right the wrongs that we see with what is happening with older people. It seems to me that the older generation now in Nigeria are not looked after and they're left to their own device to basically
Fend for themselves.
To fend for themselves.
Oh,
so that's what we're trying to do, give them relevance, but above all, point them to Christ at the twilight of their days to make sure that they encounter Christ before they encounter death. So I don't know if I've missed anything you want to add.
That's basically it, actually, just to be there for them and to know that they're not alone. It's trying periods now because we can't see them. They want to come, but we want them to stay at home because we need to be concerned about their welfare. So it's, trying times at the moment.
Welcome, Akinkpelu and Adetoro Oshuntoki. You guys have, I was on Instagram. Just so some Instagram has the algorithms where they're able to connect you with folks that do something similar. So I saw AANU Foundation, I saw caring for old people, and I'm like, I am interested in that, because my father passed 5 years ago, and I know what it takes to take care of an older. He was at the age of he passed at the age of 87. So he was much older. I mean, he was still walking around and still doing his own stuff, but he needed a lot more care. And my mom is still alive, and she she did all that, being with him, talking with him, walking. I mean, just amazing. But I appreciate exactly what you do, especially for folks you don't even know. You have opened a center. I want you guys to talk about what you do, and we're going to get to what we can do. If you are watching on Facebook, I need you to go and they have a website. We're going to put it up very soon. I need you to go and like it. I need you to so you can get some updates about what they do. They have an Instagram page. I'm going to pull it up along the go. But I just wanted to start with, how did you get into this?
Okay, long story, but I'll try and make it short. We not normally live in the UK. We're Nigerians, but we lived in the UK for quite a while. At a point, as a matter of fact, I'm still on the leadership team of a church in the UK, Ealing Christian Center. And when I started running the church office in the UK, I asked God in 2011 or 2010 October, God, what would you have me do before then? Because before then I worked in industry. And God showed me what He would like me. He gave me a scripture, Isaiah 58. And I read that scripture repeatedly. And it was at the time we were fasting in church. So I missed the opportunity, and I thought maybe God was just speaking to me about fasting and trying to catch my attention. Until we went for a conference in Wales, a place called Prestatyn, where Ealing, we belong to the Ealing missions, where Ealing was having its annual conference. And the first person that spoke about Isaiah 58 and spoke about the need for the church to have relevance in the community. And basically, that got me excited. And I thought, okay, God, I hear you now. You want us to do that. It's a Christian. So a Christianity that does not have practical support and love behind it is just self-serving. So we thought, okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that. So I went back to the UK, and my plan was to do that in the UK, fend for the homeless, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, and so on and so forth. Until I came to Nigeria in 2015, November, to see my mother, and saw the plight of the aged. And my mother-in-law, I was sitting with my mother-in-law, and somebody came and told my mother-in-law that somebody had died. And they said they died doing verification. I said, what's verification? Or they went to the council or to the government to prove that they were still alive so they can get their pension, the pension they worked for. And I went and sat with my mom, and somebody came and said somebody died alone because they were living alone and so on. And I felt, oh, what a terrible nation. And I felt, okay, I'm going back to England to do what God has asked me to do. And I was glad I wasn't living in Nigeria. But on the way back to England, all God spoke to me about, the Holy Spirit spoke to me about, is I wanted to go back to Nigeria and work amongst old people. We've never done that. I've worked in aviation. Toro worked in university. So it's not as if we have any experience with old people. But God then gave us the idea, wants us to go back and work with older people. Yeah, but it's not something we could do alone. So we spoke to our church, and the church agreed to back us. So essentially, we're missionaries in Nigeria, working amongst old people. But that's how we got into it. We told God we don't have any experience, but if He calls you, He keeps you. So it's made it very easy for us. It's made it possible for us. There are men and women of goodwill in Nigeria.
So who did God tell first? So God told you. How did He convince your wife?
That's
she will tell you.
As soon as God actually called him, I started to pray about it, because it's something for God to call your husband and for the wife to join. So you went in 2017. You came to Nigeria 2017, 2018. I stayed back in London because we need to prepare the kids as well. It wasn't that I just had to pack my bags with him. So I stayed working for another extra 18 months or so before joining him. And I had to go to God on my knees and ask him, is this right? Do you want me to stay? And he come back to London and be going back and forth. But God assured me that He wanted me to join him. And that's what I did last year, January. So I've been here full time since last year, January. And it has been great. He takes care of the ministry. He looks after the people, but I take care of the practical side of it, as in staff, as in feeding them, as in getting practical things for our elderlies.
If you are watching and you're wondering, how can God call two people, give the vision to one person and the other person joins seamlessly through prayers? For some, they never agree about this kind of stuff, and to see it's so beautiful to see. Before we move on, I just want you to stretch forth your hands. I think there's grace upon your life. For somebody who is watching, I want you to, before we go into all that, I feel some grace right now, that you guys have some grace that you can share. There are families whose ministries are in limbo because they are not in agreement. The things that they ought to do, they are not doing because they cannot find peace, they cannot find progress, they cannot find resources, they cannot even find the voice of God. Would you just say a prayer for somebody who's watching right now and someone who is going to be watching who needs this kind of touch?
Lord, it's not by accident that we spend this quality time together. Thank you for what you are enabling us to do in Lagos. But Lord, you have called every single one of us into a life of ministry. We therefore speak your grace and your mercy into the life of somebody that might be sitting there or even a couple that are at a crossroad of a decision to make. Lord, let them hear you clearly. And in hearing you, may they be obedient to your instructions to move, so that when they move, you will equip them and you will follow them. If it's the resources that they're thinking about, Lord, enable them to know that you have a cattle on 1,000 fields and you can provide for their every need. Make their path straight and make it possible for them to fulfill their plans and your purposes. Let them know that it's not about 9 to 5 or what you have called us to do. It's not about our qualifications or about degree, but what you've called us to do. I speak to out of that person then that's sitting down there and thinking, should I do this or shouldn't I? May they hear you clearly, knowing that you have spoken to them and they may be obedient to your instructions in the name of Jesus.
Amen. I mean, I feel, I can say that the presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I can feel it in the atmosphere. I'm telling you, I can feel the presence of God. So if you are there, you just heard this prayer, you can rewind it. We're going to record it and put it out there. You can play it over again and let God give you peace so that you can move. I mean, you said some things. I mean, I had some things planned, but you said something just now that, the church or the body of Christ ministries, you are supposed to be relevant.
Absolutely.
Ought to be relevant. I listened to someone who says we need to be relevant in every sphere of influence. God
Absolutely.
has given us, each and us, every one of us, a sphere of influence in our fields, in our careers. Now you guys have a sphere of influence to old people. So the elderly in Lagos, are you listening? Do you have elderly people in Lagos who are, lonely, who are depressed because they are alone, who don't have anybody to talk to, because all of a sudden you get old and you become a witch or a wizard. I know our society, an old person is kind of looked down against, so tell me, why should we revere our old people?
Because they are the embodiment of knowledge and wisdom. And again, the Bible is a biblical instruction. Of all the commandments, the one that says honor your father and your mother is the only one that has a condition attached to it, that it might be well with you and so that you may live long. If you don't honor and it doesn't say your biological parents alone. All the people that come to us, we call them mommy, we call them daddy. We've taken them as our own. If you don't, one of the problems we have as a nation in Nigeria is because we don't honor the old people. We're cheating them, taking their pension, not looking after them. God is not therefore we're not putting ourselves in a position of blessing, a place where we can get blessing from God. But if you honor the old people and if you sit with them, not only are you in a position to get the blessings from God, you're also putting yourself in a position to get the wisdom that they embody. So they can guide you, they can give you all of those things, and then we can pass that on to the next generation as well, so that it can be well with our land.
He has just given us a cheat sheet. If you want to make it in life, look for some old person and take care of them. Because when you do that, the blessings of the Lord will be driven to you in truckloads. Is that so difficult? Is that so difficult to do? Look out in your neighborhood. There's some old person that you can be a blessing. Cut their lawn, do their laundry for them. Okay, this is COVID-19. This is a lockdown. When you stay at home, you are preserving the life of an old person. Do you know that? So you better sit down when they say stay at home, because our older people have a lower immune, strength. And when you stay at home, you are preventing them. Tell me about, the relevant. It's as though God prepared you for today. God sent you all the way from the United Kingdom to go to Nigeria, to go set up a place for old people, not knowing that a plague was coming that's going to target old people. So what are you doing in this COVID-19 period?
We just finished distributing. We contacted the Lagos state government and they gave us sacks of rice and gari. We've done that. We did that about 2 weeks ago. We went to different places in Lagos. Doing it was challenging because the whole area was tense. We had to target our people. So we had to do it. We had to strategize and decide how to do it. We didn't want any attraction because there was a lot of violence around that time. Now, we are getting phone calls saying that their food has finished. So even my husband and I were talking this morning that we need to decide on what to do next, because we are looking at from now to July. We can't open the center yet, even though they've eased the lockdown in Lagos. We don't want to endanger our old people. Even though they want to come, we called them specifically last weekend to say, please don't come. We're not open because of this. We had to tell them, please do not leave the house because you are very vulnerable. Even though they keep on telling us that they are hungry. So now
Hey, this is your website, right?
That's correct.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to talk about your website very soon.
Yeah. Yes. So we are looking at doing another distribution. We are going to get groceries for them. We are going to go out and do another distribution. But I think we'll be doing this from now to July. Just keeping in touch with them, phoning them. We got links with their prayer as well. We got a lady calling us this morning saying she's really, really hungry. Just before you called, we actually were deciding on what to do with her because Ekwe is a bit far from us, whether we need to transfer money into the accounts. But there are many challenges in Nigeria. We've got old people, but they might not have bank accounts. So if you can't send the money, if you can't distribute, get the food, you need to get something to them. And that's one of the challenges in this country, that our old people are there, they haven't got bank accounts, they haven't got access. Even the person you give the food to, are they going to deliver it to the person? So we make sure that they get whatever we receive so that it benefits them and nobody else.
Okay. There is a phone number on the screen right now. Is that's the number 09038225224.
That's one of the numbers.
That's one of the number. I need somebody listening to me. If you are listening to me and you have some money to spare for an old person who is hungry, I need to call that number and find out how you're going to send money across to them, because I know that the need is met. That person is not going to be hungry today. Not today. Not today. Whoever is in Ekpe, you're going to find a way. We're going to send money to you. There's a donate. If you go to the website, it's AANU Foundation.org. But I want you to call that number. I want you to be in touch with them so that you're talking to the right persons here. King Pelu and Adetoro Osuntoki, they are the ones on ground managing this foundation. Call them. You know what? We're going to take care of what does it cost to give a basket to somebody? A food basket that can last for 2 weeks. How much will that cost?
No, it's not a lot of money. 5,000 naira will do the trick.
Okay.
I don't know how much that is in dollars.
You know, we are going to take care of 3 baskets this morning, this afternoon. Okay, 3 baskets is already taken care of. We're going to send me the information, your bank details. I'm going to send. I want to make sure that everyone in Ekpe is taken care of. And then, if 5,000 naira for 1 basket. So you take care of 100 people. That's how much?
That's 5,000. My math is not very good. That's 5,000 multiplied by 100. 50,000 naira.
That's what it takes. 1 basket is 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira is less than 20 US dollars. So, so this is not difficult stuff. 5,000 naira is about $14, US dollars, and this is money people spend on coffee. But you just stay away from coffee and let's take care of this. Are you listening there? Are you on Facebook?
For those who have Nigerian account, if you look on the donate button, there are 2 bank accounts there, Nigerian bank accounts. One is with GTB and one is with
the other one is with Stanbic Bank. I can see it right there. And there's a quick rate.
Either of that will do, as long as you put a reference to it. That is actually, we prefer the GT one for the COVID relief, so that we know specifically what is going to.
Is there somebody listening to me? I know we are on live on Facebook, and we need to raise 200,000 for this foundation today. We need to raise. I mean, these guys are surprised. They are wondering, who is this guy? Yeah, I'm just meeting them for the first time. I don't care. I feel the spirit of what they are doing, and I can tell you they need money right now. Right now, they need to care for their old people who have nobody to take care of them, and we are the ones. You are not waiting for God to come down from heaven to send another person. We are the ones. The songwriter says, "Live in me, Jesus. I may be the only Jesus this generation will ever see." So I need you to be the one. Uju, can you do that for me? Kusumi, you're my classmate from secondary school. You are watching right now. If you are watching if you can take care of this, I need you to indicate right here. I want us to raise 200,000 for this group, so that they can go to sleep. Yeah, I don't need them to sweat. They are already sweating because they are in Nigeria, all the way from the United Kingdom. Let's reduce their sweat by sending them the resources that they need. And our Father has it. God has people that have this money, and He has called me to be a noisemaker for this matter, and it must be raised. We're going to raise that money, and we're going to send it to them, bags of rice, bags of beans. We've been traveling around. We've been doing the same thing. I'm just going to show you. I have a friend, a caterer friend in Itire area of Lagos. We are feeding people. Itire we are in Ibadan. We are in Port Harcourt. So I understand what you're talking about. I know exactly what you are talking about, because we have a group, a project called Feed the Hungry. People are hungry. This is reality. 95 million people in Nigeria, before COVID-19 were living in extreme poverty. Then you ask those same people to go on a lockdown. And in the midst of that, you have old people who have nobody to help them. I mean, what are we thinking? They're going to be hungry and they need food. We have been feeding people for the past, how many weeks? We are moving to Ghana next week. Next week, we're going to be serving food baskets. So I understand what it takes. I understand the burden, especially when somebody calls you that my food is finished and you are supposed to be responsible for them. I just want to show us what we have been doing, and just to know that, this, whatever you give goes to this project. And thankfully, they have their account here. You can send it directly to them. Send it to them so that there'll be no middleman in this matter, and it gets to them straight away, and they have the needs met.
Thank you so very much.
This is the Feed the Hungry. This is in Itire. A friend, Yinka Fagwaro of Food Web Catering Services, has been cooking for the past 4 weeks every day. Every day, feeding about 400 people every day. And we come up with a basket: rice, beans, ground oil, pasta. And today, we are actually going to Yenagua. If she's online, if you are hearing me, Dr. Mina, I don't know if you are serving today. We're going to connect with her so she can join us on the call. But if you are listening, we have been feeding the hungry, and this is a group that's doing it live right now for old people. Today is for old people. We have been feeding children today. The March 9th. This is Mother's Day weekend. Mother's Day weekend. Because of Mother's Day, we are going to take care of old people. I want you to go on there, call them, send them a text, go online, 5,000 naira for a basket. Come on, we can do this. I want you to just share with me your constraints. What are the constraints in this work?
Or should I go? Resources definitely is one. What we're doing requires money.
Oh, yeah. I got to stop you right now. Kusumi has just given 10,000. She said, I will donate 10,000 naira.
Thank you so much,
Kusumi, God bless you. You know me forever. You've known me for more than 40 years. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that resources, money, essentially is a restriction to what we can do. We can only take so much. We can only do so much. And most of the money we get to do what we do is from the church in the UK and from friends of goodwill, just a little from the church from the UK. It would be nice if Nigerians are listening to me. We want to expand, the pool of donors. You don't have to give a lot. A little, very regularly will ensure that we're feeding people daily, and that we're taking good care of people in terms of their health, in terms of giving clothing to them, all those practical things that nobody else can do for them. And in terms of ensuring that they don't die a lonely death, that they die knowing that they live knowing that they're valued and loved and cared for.
Apart from on COVID, what we normally do is we check their BPs every day. So, which means that if the BP is high, we need to send them to the hospital. You know the state of hospitals in Nigeria, which is it's something else. So we face constraints when we send them. They need to do tests. We have links. We have a kind of relationship with some doctors,
yeah.
and they are so. We really appreciate them. But when they give them the result that you have to do these tests, you have to do that. They need medication. That's where we hit a brick wall.
I need some volunteer doctors who are going to be volunteering in your center. You know, I'm calling to you. You are out there. You are a doctor. You have yourself. You are a psychiatrist. You are internal medicine. You are a surgeon. You are a nurse. I need to raise some volunteers. Okay, if you want to volunteer, I don't know how we're going to work this, but I need somebody to go there. There's no reason why they should be alone. You know, your medicine, your dentistry, or whatever is for service. We're going to recruit. I'm speaking now. There's an apostolic call to somebody out there. I need you to go and station yourself with them. If they need a doctor, be the one to take care of old people. Okay, I know I'm going to get somebody who's going to call me back and tell me we're going to send doctors. I'm a dentist. I don't see why there shouldn't be constant mouthwash and toothpaste and toothbrush in your center. You shouldn't be buying that. We are going to take care of that. Healing Hands is going to take care of your toothpaste, your toothbrush, and your mouthwash for all the old people. Somebody, if you do nails, you should go take care of their nails. Pedicure and manicure, give them comfort, make them look good. If you are a face, just take care of Mama's face. Mama can use a little blush here and there. Come on, let's do that. Let's do that and give them a good quality of life. Good quality of life. If you are listening to me and you want to offer your services, you can volunteer your time. If you say you don't have money to give, but you're an artisan, you can do something. I want you to go there and make sure that place is comfortable. If you can clean. If you are a cleaner, if you clean in church, go clean that place. And there's a direct call to someone if you can give adult diapers. Okay? You know, this is not something people want to talk about, but sometimes there's incontinence, there's a weak bladder as you get old, and it's an issue. And that is an issue. I need somebody to send this couple a load of adult diapers, okay? If you're listening to me and you have the resources to be able to do that, they need a room full of it, different sizes, so that they are one. Go ahead.
I had another request. If you're in Lagos, Ikeja, you're free on a certain day. We have a center. You have nothing else to give but your time. Come and sit with some of these old people and just talk to them and relate to them and give them mental stimulation.
You know, so this is what, if you're an artist, if you can draw, we can put a paintbrush in their hands and you'd be surprised what they come out. Let's turn this. This is it. Isaiah chapter 58, you surprisingly you say that 20 something years ago, God called me and said, this is the fast I'm calling you to. So I left university knowing that I was going to be a missionary. It's very hard to tell someone you're going to be a missionary. Who doesn't have money, who is always broke, who is always traveling. I've traveled to several places on the earth, believe me. I won't say I have money, but
He will supply your every need.
God, if you believe the Bible, He said, I will supply all you, and He's a supplier of needs. I've been to several countries. I don't have a fat bank account. I will live by faith. And faith is enough. Faith in God's word is enough for you. You don't need anything else. Faith will He supplies your need. I listened to the Archbishop Idahosa. He said, everything you see here is by the word of faith. I don't have a fat bank account. Believe me, if I need something, I call it and it's done. So that's how we are going to call everything that we need. I'm sitting out here talking to you. It's not as if I have, but we have. I just talked about 10,000 and that 10,000 showed up just because I know that God is the supplier of all our needs. And God gave us an idea someday. He said, make some music, put it out there, let people buy it, and let it take care of your ministry needs. So we put a song out there. I'm going to play it. It's available on iTunes, on Spotify. It's healing. And it came because I heard about the oppressed. There's a persecuted church in Nigeria that nobody likes talking about. People are killed all day long and there's no outrage. People need rescue. There are abused children that need rescue. There are domestic violence cases that need rescue. There are churches that are burnt and people are killed all day long. There are ritualists doing all kinds of funny things in the country. People need rescue. What did you say?
Just yesterday, Foursquare Church was bombed in Kaduna. So it happens daily.
So that you see, and God called. He called. He said, "Uvo, I need you to do something about it." He said, "What to write?" He said, "Make some music." I'm going to play that song, and while I'm playing it, please get across to me. If you want to send me a message, I'm going to call a pastor. I saw a pastor, a redeemed pastor online. You guys have a very cool church. You have AC in your church. You're going to take care of this couple for me. Okay, I'm going to call you. You're going to come online with me, Pastor. If you came up, you're going to tell your people we need to raise 200,000 for this couple right now. Okay, I'll be there. Just listen to the song, and we'll continue.
Let the rain fall to mend my broken heart. Let the rain fall to wash my tears away. Let the rain fall to make my heart anew. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. I'm hurting, I don't know where to turn. I'm broken, oh I'm broken, someone tell me it's a dream. I'm hurting, oh I'm hurting, who will rescue me? Yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, you heavens above, rain down my righteousness. Let the clouds shower it down. Oh yes, let the earth open wide. Oh, let salvation spring out right now. Oh, 'cause I'm hurting, I don't know where to turn. I'm broken, someone tell me it's a dream. I'm hurting, oh I'm hurting, who will rescue me? Yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh,
So if you're watching and you want to be a blessing to this ministry, I want you to encourage you to do so. The AANU Foundation, they have their bank details here. So please go on. You can see it. They have a GT account, which is being utilized for the COVID comfort they are providing to people. Please go on there and send it 5,000, 1,000, doesn't matter. You don't have to have everything 1,000 naira. If you have 1,000 here, if you don't have to have. It doesn't have to be 5. It doesn't have to be 20 billion. It doesn't have to be. It's just little drops of water are well appreciated. It is the heart that God looks at. It's not about how much you give. Whatever you have, let's put it together and let's make this happen today. Today, something, please, if you receive anything, if you receive an alert, please let me know as this call is going on so that I can thank whoever is going to send it. But I know that we can do it as we are good people. We are good people. Nigerians are good people everywhere. And we have a good heart. We have a kind heart. And that is what we're doing. We're feeding people. And for this weekend, I'm just saying, let's take care of our old people. Let's take care of them. I'm going to go look for your Instagram. I mean, what else do you want to say? What else do you want? Just go ahead. I'm just going to pull up your Instagram page. I need you guys to go and like their page on Instagram, okay? I need you to give them some likes so that once they put some information out there, you will get a notification when they are calling for help, when whatever they are doing, so that you can be a part of it. Please go ahead.
We do have, with the elderlies we have, some of them can't look after themselves. It breaks our hearts because we can't, go home with them, look after. We do get some who come, in a state. They haven't washed their clothes. They got no family. We have an old lady with us at this moment in time. We were talking about her yesterday that even where she lives, we don't know whether it's safe to go and check on her. And she came even during the lockdown. She knocked on our gate. She wanted money. We gave her money. She left. So we're a bit concerned about that. And there are many old people, they haven't got family. They got nobody to look after them. So the center is like a refuge for them. So that's why they're quite eager for the center to open. But we just had to explain to them that, please, you need to be patient. One of the men who said, I'm really hungry, he has no wife. The children are busy doing their own things and everything. So that's one of the challenges. And my husband and I have been talking about assisted living, that even if we've got assisted living in Nigeria, that we've got lots of people lots of old people that need help and they got no family around them. So that's one of the challenges we are facing in Nigeria. There's a need for assisted living. These people are well. It's just that they need people to wash for them. They need people to cook for them. And that's another thing we are praying into, that can this be another project for us where we build something like a dormitory, an hostel with everybody having their own suite, and they're just coming, we're looking after their welfare, they're going out, they're going in and out as they wish. So, that's one of the challenges we are facing there, but we know we'll get there one day.
Or even if perhaps with the help of some donors, rent a place at the beginning and put some of these old people in each room and have a warden that's there looking after them, making sure they're washed, making sure when they're not well, somebody looks after them. Just basic things like that. And it need not cost millions.
This is their, hold on, I think we got somebody. Pastor Efekemo is coming online, and all right, I'm going to get him on. But this is their website. I've seen they have 91 followers, okay? People who sing different things, they have millions of followers, okay? This is a good thing. I need, Pastor, please, Pastor Efekemo, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I dragged you into this. You're going to
glad to be here.
Do you know this AANU Foundation? Do you know them?
I didn't know them before this pandemic came into being, but through you, I started hearing of them and what they are doing.
Please add, I need you to make the number of followers 92. I'm looking at it. I need you to go to Instagram if you are watching, I want you to go to AANU Foundation on Instagram. I want them to have 1,000 followers, okay? 1,000 followers. Follow something good. This is a good thing to follow. I know shaku and all those things are good, but this is better, okay? Taking care of old people, you're going to be blessed. If you want to blow, make you take care of old person, okay? That's my own conjecture for today. If you want blow, make you take care of old mama and papa. It will be well with you. Don't worry, we're going to make some music with that, and it's going to be shaku so that they will all dance about it. But you're just kidding here. But if you want to be blessed, he said it. The Bible says it. Honor your father and your mother, and it doesn't have to be your. Some people don't even, your biological parents are no longer here. Or even if they are here, you can take care of old people. Right now I work in a place where it's our own people that I'm taking care of. There's something about taking care of your own people. There's some things people will not do to them. There's some ways people don't talk to them. There's some requests they will ask for that nobody grants them. But just because I'm like them, there's something about there's some kindred spirits. They're like, really? You could have done this? I've been here. Somebody said, I've been here several times. Nobody has offered to do this for me. I'm like, come on, that's why I'm here. I'm a provider. I can provide this. Pastor, I want you to jump in. What can you do?
Just a minute. My network is a bit funny, so I didn't really hear the last thing that you said.
I said, what can you do for AANU Foundation?
It's fund they are raising now. What they need now is fund, because what they are doing is an exceptional thing. So to support them, our hands are full, but we have to support this one in whatever way that we can. So I will humbly say,
no, I know what's, I'm trying to put you on the spot here, but what I'm saying, I need you to put them on your list of folks that you guys support. Your church supports. I know your church.
Excellent.
I know your church. If you go to that church, you will like that. I like your church. Your church has AC, it has seats, everybody looks yuppie and nice. That church is a good church. I want you to add AANU Foundation to the list of folks that you guys visit. I know that you guys have all kinds of resources in that church. I want you to, they need 200,000 in a couple days. And I think in a flash, if pastor says in a flash, that
by the grace of God, by the grace of God, I have also created a watch party on my own platform from from the one they are doing now on Facebook, and quite a number of my friends have been asking questions. What these people about? This is good. Is there a group like this that is focused on attending to women and all that? So I believe it generated the necessary response. People will begin to show interest and all that. So something will happen.
We are online. We are online. We are live on his channel. So members of his church are listening to us as we are talking. Okay, this is.
Where's the pastor, please?
Is in
Bagada.
Bagada.
RCC Christ Church in Bagada.
Oh, not okay. Off the express road.
Yes, off the express road.
Yeah.
I've connected you. You guys now, these are your members. Okay, these are people you guys are going to take care. So if you are in Christ Church, if you are listening, this is who will coming to you right from Detroit, Michigan. And I'm saying this is a group to help. The money should not be their problem. And if you are listening, you are in the United States and you want to give US dollars to this project, I need to send me a message right away. Because in US dollars, you can take care of this pretty quickly. Okay, we can take care of this pretty quickly, less than $1,000, and this need is met. So if you have it and you have it to spare, and God is touching your heart, I want you to call me. I want you to call me, and let's meet this need to the glory of God and to the shame of the enemy. Yeah, God is our strength. And pastor, I want you to tell me, what have you guys been doing about? I know your church has done something in the past.
Well, ours is not focused just only on the elderly. What we have done so far has been on the entire family structure, the children, the family unit as it were. And this since the beginning of this pandemic, we have tried to offer help and solutions to different segments. We have done it in two folds. The first fold, we have outreaches that we sponsor every Sunday. We take food there every Sunday before the pandemic. So since the pandemic came, we couldn't have Sunday meetings anymore. So we have supported them with each family with funds to buy food. We took food there in some situations, but mostly we give money on a regular basis to buy basic things that's for the outreach center. Then within the church, we also have a forum where people who are in need are identified at various platforms, from the house fellowship, from the workers' food, and we have responded to almost over 300 persons since the beginning of the pandemic, and it's ongoing because the one that you gave the first time is not going to last forever. So it's an ongoing thing that,
every
second
church,
batch, third batch, and it's not happening.
I'm really impressed. That is what we should be doing right now. I don't want you to turn your big church into a warehouse for distributing food. Pack your chairs for the time being. Pack your chairs for the next 2 months. Nobody's coming to your church, and just load up. Talk to the government, give them, then give you. The government needs the church. Okay, the government. I don't know if you guys are listening. Anybody in government? You need churches. You need churches. They have members. They have very loyal members, and they are willing to help. The government cannot do it. We can tell where they are right now. They cannot meet all this need. Churches have resources. They have people. They have so let's get band churches, mosque, every religious group. They have the capacity, and we just need to. I'm so thrilled. I need somebody to introduce me to Pastor Tony Rappo. So if you know him, he's an example of what, he's out there. All of us should be doing what he's doing. We should be reforming our society. Tony Rappo is feeding people, he's going to pick people. That is what the church is, not sitting down and preaching some nice messages. It's good, but we need to go out there. We need to go. We need to send the word in the community. And Jesus said, when you do this, then you have done it to me. If you want to do it to God, if you want to bless God, I want you to take care of the oppressed. Sometimes people say, touch God. I was listening to a message the other day. God said, you want to touch God, give an offering. It's okay. You can touch God. God is moved by your offering, but I think God is moved when you take care. Pastor, is God moved by our offering?
Well, God is moved. Let me say it this way. God appreciates offering, but God is moved when you reach out to the need of people. That's why he said in his word, he said, when you do this to somebody, have done it to me. When there was a conversation and people were saying, but master, when were you sick? When were you hungry? He said, when you did it for the people around me, you have done that for me. So that shows that God is moved more when you respond to people, when you meet the need of people, when you meet the need of the society. God is moved more when you respond to people.
That is what God is calling us to. If you are listening, if you can turn your church into a warehouse full of food, I think you make more impact in your community. I think you would have preached more of Jesus right now if you turn that place into a warehouse and distribute food and medicines in a safe distance type environment. If you do that, that is what God, if you are listening, that is what God is saying. That is what he's saying right now. That when you meet the needs of the hungry and the naked, then your light, the thing you are looking for, will come to you. Your light will shine out of obscurity. The recovery that you are looking for in life. There's somebody listening to me. You need a breakthrough in your life. You need a breakthrough in your life, and that breakthrough is tied to taking care of the less privileged, the ones that are less blessed, in this capacity, in feeding, in clothing, as simple as it. I'm going to show you, for the past 4 weeks, we have been in all around Nigeria. And I do it just sitting down on this chair right here. So that tells you, with God, all things are possible. I have a mouth, I have a computer, I have some lights, and that's all it takes. And I have a vision from God, and it burns in my soul. It's like, it's like, what do you call it? It's like Jeremiah. There's a fire. The zeal of the Lord's house has consumed us, and it will never be the same again. And that zeal has pushed us to several cities in Nigeria. I want to show you while this music is on, I want you to go to AANU Foundation, go to Facebook where you're watching this, and make sure you save it. Go to Instagram and like them. Please like them. I need 1,000 likes. It's a like is a good thing. A like is a good thing. Let's enjoy.
I believe in you. You believe in me. I believe I can, 'cause you told me so. I believe in you. You never failed me yet. Never let me down. It's to you I run when I'm so afraid. I believe in you. You are the potter, Lord, and I am the clay. My life's got meaning now because of your grace. I am the miracle that formed when the blood from your side, when it touched the air. I believe in you. You believe in me. I believe I can, 'cause you told me so. I believe in you. You never failed me yet. Hallelujah. Never let me down. It's to you I run when I'm so afraid. I believe in you. You are the potter, Lord, and I am the clay. My life's got meaning now because of your grace. I am the miracle that formed when the blood from your side, when it touched the air. I believe in you. You believe in me. I believe I can, 'cause you told me so. I believe in you. You never failed me yet. Never let me down. Oh no, no, oh no. It's to you I run when I'm so afraid. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, I believe in you. the clay. My life's got meaning now because of your grace. I am the miracle that found when the blood from your side, when it touched the air. I believe in you. You believe in me.
Hello, yeah, we are. I'm gonna. This clip is available on YouTube. I need to go to our YouTube page. It's Real Relationship TV. You can watch the entire clip there. It shows you videos of things that we have done. This is Port Harcourt. I'm just gonna go through so that I can show you, where we have been. This was in Isoko where they put this together. This is in Lagos. The Inca fried some fish. This is Kaduna. This is Yenagua, and this is Kaduna, Guantu area of Kaduna. Anyway, I know somebody. We sent some money down there, and this is I think this was in Ibadan. Our friend, this is Worry. We're trying to tell them about social distance. Worry people say, "Give me rice, oh, give me rice, give me rice, oh." They weren't listening to social distance. This Delta State, close to Worry area. I mean, you see the reason I have to show you. There's a clip here. There's something I need to show you that I saw that made me think about you. These are old people, okay? These are old people who are most likely alone, who are most likely don't have. This one touched me. This one. This is Mama. Mama is alone where she's at. Mama is alone where she's at. I don't know if her children are there with her. I think somebody needs to go dye Mama's hair. I need somebody, So we said, and somebody went there. And so we target them and know where they are. So it's not a matter of giving food to crowds. If they know who is old, this service was just, when I saw this, I remembered you. I remember, like, this is what you guys do. I've never met you before, but I see your pictures. I'm like, if you are concerned about old people, then we are with you. So I did this for you, okay? I did this for you because I know that this is what you would do. You would do this if you were there, if you knew about an old person who was alone. And I mean, I don't know if I mean, you can tell. I mean, it's not much, but she's like, oh my God, how did you guys think, old people who are alone in their homes, we walk down there.
That's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Because what we distributed was just basic rice and gari, and even when you give it to an old person and you see, on their faces is so heartwarming, heartbreaking, but heartwarming at the same time.
There's a caterer in Abuja. She's a nutritionist. I wish she was here. She told me, we can, manage the money and buy little bits of this and that, pepper, salt, put it together. She came up with a basket. I mean, ended up to be maybe 7,000 naira, and it's a full basket. And in Ghana, this is, I was just concerned about Nigeria. I got information, Ghana is going to do it. We've made some contributions and Ghana is going to do the same thing, encouraging them. They said they will match whatever we give and do more in Ghana. So this week we're going to get some pictures from Ghana just because it's happening right here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your coming, just spending your 1 hour with us today and letting the whole world know about what Jesus is doing for old people in Nigeria. Give some last words here.
We're just grateful. It's heartwarming to know that we're not in this alone. Yes, we're on the front line of taking care of the old people, but we can't do it alone. We need you. We need your support. And as you support us in doing it, we pray that God will bless you abundantly.
The Lord bless you. The Lord provide for you. So like I said, please go AANU Foundation. They have an Instagram page. That's a good way. That's how I got to know them. So if you have their Instagram page, you can connect with them. They have their website. They have their phone numbers there. You can replay this. I'm going to put it on the chat. Let's be a blessing. These just avenues. All through this week. On Monday, I'm going to pull up. So on Monday, we are going to, we are having someone come. There's someone who's going to be here on Monday. I just want to share that before we sign off today. She's a physician that found the first COVID case in Nigeria. Her name is Dr. Amara Allison. We're gonna be talking with her. So let's come in if you can. If you have any questions to ask, and just to see how she got. Because I'm concerned too that hospitals are not taking care of people the way they ought to. Because they feel they are not safe, they feel they don't have enough training, and they are just scared. People are afraid. This doctor, she has every reason to be afraid, but somehow she was able to, I don't know, everything, God, wisdom, everything she has learned for how many years came to play, and she saved Nigeria. And you can too. You can save Nigeria. You can save old people when you stay at home. And so we're going to learn by later today. We're going to learn. I'm going to talk to a microbiologist, Dr. Siobu, who is looking at this COVID in the microscope. So we're going to talk about faith and science coming together. So we're going to have some programming, and everything is going to be on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see, just go there, subscribe. Real Relationship TV. Just subscribe to that channel, and you'll be able to get constant, updates. Very interesting stuff where we live in interesting times. And one thing God told me in this period that, there's sometimes when did I hear God? This one I can say, I heard Him say, don't be afraid. It's written in the scriptures, okay? There's so many things written in the Bible, but when God says it to you, it becomes like rhema, it becomes like revelation. He said, do not be afraid. Because I'm still seeing patients. I'm still in risky situations every week, and I have a family, and I come home every day. I'm like, but God, I say, God says, well, calm down, and He told me not to be afraid, and we put it in a song. We're going to sign off with that song today. I want you to learn it. It's a free song right now. It's on oasis.hearnow.com. You go to oasis.hearnow.com. You can listen to this song by Tribes of Issachar, I Will Not Fear. Thank you so much for coming on the program. The Lord bless you, keep you, and supply all your needs according to His riches in glory. God bless you, sir.
Bless you.
Nice to meet you.
God bless you. Bye now.
For a moment, I didn't remember you were nearby. For a moment, I didn't remember your unfailing love. For a moment, feel like it's dormant on me. But I'm reminded by your word I've been set free. Oh, I will not fear. I will not fear. You are with me. Never leave me alone. You are my strength, my anchor. Abba Father, I will not fear. I will not fear. You are with me. You are my strength.